Well, let the lockdown begin. This is by far the toughest part when you're incubating chicks. There is beeping in the incubator and you're not allowed to open it up for another 1 or 2 days. Hail, a monk on the hill here with my cheap incubator. Yesterday morning it was hatching day. The first chicks definitely had the time to dry and become stable. And again, coming back to my Govee, the data that I received was pretty interesting. I ramped up the humidity just by flooding the whole system. It went to a peak and then started slowly to drop overnight. And the next morning, this happened. There was one spike, another one, 2 more, a big one. And in my opinion, these were all hatchings. So an egg popped open and lots of liquid and a wet chick came out there. A lot of drying and then suddenly a big spike. I don't know if that was a mass hatching or the Govee moved again. They are very active in there at the moment. Yeah, more spikes, more spikes. And now comes the complicated part. That's where this small spray bottle comes into play. It came with the incubator, and in the last video I told you about the different stages by candling that I've seen, and by that I can't really be sure if one is hatching right at the moment when I'm opening up the lid. When I open up the lid, all the moisture is just out. If the inner egg skin is just exposed to the air, within seconds that will dry out and shrink all the way to the chick. Chick will be trapped, can't get out anymore. And exactly this happened. So I have to be really quick. If I open it up and I see an already cracked egg, I have to spray it. Other than that, taking out what's fluffy, and because of the different development stages, I'll leave all the other eggs for another 3 days. Who knows? I guess I hope I'm well prepared. The cage in the chicken coop is ready. There's a watering system, there is food, the heat plate is plugged in and should be warmed up by now. What I also have ready is a box. For right before I start this action, I will microwave this towel, and when the chicks are coming out, they already have something warm to sit on, because I have no idea how long this will take me. I have to act quick by doing something that I've never done before.
Don't see any problems at the moment. One isn't completely dry yet. Oh, there was one beeping.
Looking at it afterwards, my reaction to it wasn't the best. I thought the spraying the water was enough and left it in there for another 1, 2 days.
Now I'll try to dip their beaks into the water first, and then putting them next to the heat source. We are 2 days later after I pulled out 13 of healthy chicks, and there's beeping in there. So it might be only one, who knows, maybe 2 chicks. There was this one egg that just got opened when I got the others out, and I've seen that only at the end of this 4-minute period about. I sprayed it with water, and I hope I did not shrink wrap it. So I don't know if this beeping comes from exactly this one or if something else hatched. Okay, let's get out what's in there. It was still this one egg from 2 days ago. That chick in there is alive and it's beeping. And there was a one, definitely a no good one. And I give the other one some more time.
And another 2 hours later, I think I'm going to assist that trapped chick a little bit. For that, I have a bowl. I've heated it up with hot water in there. Well, now it's only warm. Inside, I have a paper towel that's wet with warm water, so it's got a moist and warm environment. I've got tweezers ready to get the shell off and Q-tip that I can moist down the inner layer in case it dried up. And there it's beeping. That inner skin dried up. That's what the Q-tip is for. Get some moisture on that skin. Yeah, let's see if it can't make it out by itself now. It did not move a lot, still more or less in the same position, but beeping. So I'll open it up a bit more. That's all badly dried up. I shouldn't get too close to the belly, but I don't really see where it is. Okay, now I get the idea where the head is. Hello, little one. Just open up the eyes for a bit. You've been in here way too long. Yeah, he wants to get out, but is stuck. Back to the warmth and moisture. Hopefully still enough in there. Now he needs a break.
So it's next morning. Last night it was beeping quite a lot. I think it even started running around 2 hours after I put it back in. But it's not fluffy yet because all the stuff that was sticking on it. So I would say I'll try to offer it some water and food in the incubator. Chicky, how you doing? That's not fit enough. Let's give it a bit more time.
The story isn't over yet. I have the feeling that all the yucky stuff that was around the chick is still sticking on the feathers, so the feathers can't floof up. That's really necessary because of the insulation. So it's spa day for the chick. Another Q-tip, a warm moist bowl and cozy towel. I'll try to wash all that stuff off the chick. Yeah, these feathers are sticking on it. There's no way they can fluff up. I don't know if this moisture is enough to get that skin off. Yeah, let's give it another break. Unfortunately, this chick did not make it. Only a couple hours after I washed it, I found it dead. But I'm having 13 healthy and running around chicks that I can watch growing in the next couple of months. I finally took out another 16 eggs that did not hatch. I'm left with a big mess. Obviously, the holes in this plastic thingy were not a problem. I gotta do some cleaning. Then I will run extensive tests with that thing about temperature, spots and humidity, how to keep it on a nice level. When I'm more sure about how this machine works in detail, I'll give it another shot. So if you're planning to get a cheap incubator, make sure you'll see the next video about my testing and how to handle a cheap incubator like that. Then you're welcome to see another incubator video that hopefully turns out with an even better hatching rate.
I hope you enjoyed my first experience with a cheap chicken incubator. So if you want to see more chicks, subscribe and like, and see you in the next one.